Austin Ray Lee.
Congratulations, Austin.
Tank of gas. I was getting 2 months to the gallon. It was crazy. Didn't have the time. We quit spending money. You're not gonna.
Anthony Tyler Walford.
After a while, I stayed home for the first couple of weeks. Like my daughter needs a lot of time. Bonnie needs this, and some other people need other stuff. So I just got to get up track out and get the store.
Austin Ray Lee.
Congratulations, Austin.
Class of 2020, please be seated. Good afternoon. My name is Joe Ralston, and I'm the principal of South Ripley High School. Thank you for attending our 54th annual commencement ceremony. At this time, I'm pleased to welcome the third-ranking student from the class of 2020, Abigail McCarty, to the podium.
Good afternoon. I would like to welcome everyone joining us today for the commencement ceremony of the 2020 graduating class of South Ripley High School. Whether you're sitting in the bleachers or watching from the comfort of your home, this ceremony is history in the making and truly one we will never forget. It is an honor to be standing on this stage today, given the circumstances that our school, community, state, country, and world have been through these past several months. The uncertainty of these times has come with many different emotions for everyone, especially the class of 2020. As seniors in high school, we all looked forward to our year of last, our last first day of school, last time lacing up our shoes for our last sporting event, in the cafeteria with our friends, last day of school, and the list goes on. Thinking in the mind, all played it off as being perfect, making us one step closer to classmates can agree with me that it has definitely been our lives. There is not one of us who were prepared for our high school careers to end the way they did. The long list of limitations and hoops our teachers and administration had to jump through to make this day possible, they have made this we are all trying to navigate. Like every other difficult situation I have experienced in my life, I have tried to focus on the positives of this weird end to my high school career. I believe the graduating class of 2020 will leave a huge mark on this world one day, with the patience, adaptability, and immense resilience we have all learned within these past couple months. Although none of us can predict what tomorrow will bring, I know we will all accomplish big things. In conclusion, I would like to thank our principal, Mr. Ralston, Mrs. Siebel, and Mrs. Strang, and everyone else who made this day possible. I would also like to thank everyone else who has helped us. Lastly, I would like to thank my amazing parents for their unmatched love, encouragement, and support these past 18 years. I would not be half the person I am today or have accomplished the things I have without them. Thank you all again, and stay healthy.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to begin by thanking the South Ripley community for allowing me to serve as your principal. We're assembled here to celebrate the accomplishments of this graduating class. However, we want our ceremony to be one conducted with dignity, class, and style. In that regard, we ask that you respect this ceremony by doing the following. Everyone, please remain seated during the program and refrain from leaving your seats until the program is complete. We ask that you please refrain from using noise-making devices of any kind that will take away from the dignity of the program. Also, please silence your cell phones. A professional photographer from Life Touch Photography will be taking pictures this evening, and each graduate will receive a complimentary copy. If you intend to take pictures, please do so from the bleacher areas so as not to obstruct the view of others. As we honor the members of the class of 2020 for their accomplishments this afternoon, there are many people that need to be recognized that helped these graduates reach their goal. Distinguished guests seated in the front include Mr. Jeff Cornett, board member, Mrs. Carol Holzer, board member, board secretary, Mr. Randy McIntosh, board vice president, Mr. Rob Moorhead, superintendent of South Ripley, Mr. Andy Miller, board member, Mr. Tim Taylor, board president, Mrs. Danielle McGee, board member. Thank you, board members. Thank you to Mr. Ian Stokes for playing our music this afternoon. Thank you to Gil Landwehr and Rick Fry and the maintenance staff for making our building and grounds look so nice. Thank you to Brad Bryant, the school counselor, for assisting these graduates in reaching this goal. Thank you to our junior class ushers, the 4 highest ranking members of the junior class, Kyla Jeffries, Emily Moritz, Ava Ralston, Sarah Taylor. Thank you to Jeff Gorel, Dean of Students and Athletic Director. Parents and family members, thank you for an upbringing that made education an important factor in the lives of our graduates. Thank you to preschool and daycare providers who got these graduates started on their educational path. The Central Office Administration and members of the school board for setting up the policies and procedures by which our schools are able to operate and providing us with available resources to allow these students to reach this destination. The staffs of South Ripley Elementary and Junior High, including administrators, teachers, instructional assistants and aides, secretaries, cafeteria workers, custodians and maintenance personnel, bus drivers, faculty and staff of South Ripley High School for preparing these students for the next steps in your lives. South Ripley staff, thank you for all you have done for these students. Graduates, understand a lot has been invested in you over the past 17 to 18 years, evidenced by the list that I just read. Many people have been involved in getting you to this point, and each has helped you become the young men and women who sit before us today. Class of 2020, you're unique. You're the first graduating class to have been impacted by COVID-19. Nothing new, right? And you've conducted yourselves in a worthy manner. Just 4 short years ago, as freshmen at the orientation, I mentioned that the next 4 years would go fast. Well, think about it. Here we are, class of 2020. As we gather here to celebrate your graduation, we may often think about the academic part of your journey, but there's another part of that journey that shaped and molded you over the past 4 years as well. This part is character. Character is defined as the mental and moral qualities distinctive to an individual. Yes, over the past 4 years, we've presented you with opportunities to mold your character, opportunities to shape who you are as a person, in addition to your academic learning. One way we hope that has shaped your character is through our announcement phrase, which this year was, make a positive impact today. be kind. There are two key words and one key concept related to this phrase. The key concept is choice. Choice is defined as an act of selecting or making a decision when faced with two or more possibilities. You will be faced with many choices as you journey the road of life. The idea of choice has a partnership with the words impact and kind. As you travel the road of life, you'll have an impact on those that you come into contact with and across many different areas, such as family, work, community. Your choice will be what sort of impact do you want to have, positive or negative. And of course, we know you're going to choose positive. Class of 2020, one way you can have a positive impact throughout your life is to choose to be kind to others. Being kind means to choose to be friendly, generous, and considerate. If you choose to be kind, I guarantee that you'll have a positive impact on those that are a part of your life, as well as those that you come into contact with. Class of 2020, building your character based on choices does not stop today. It is a lifelong journey. A journey where you'll ask yourself questions such as, who am I? Who do I want to be? I want to leave you with some character building thoughts from one of my favorite posters. Watch your thoughts. They become your words. Watch your words. They become your actions. Watch your actions. They become your habits. Watch your habits. They become your character. Watch your character. It reflects who you truly are. Congratulations, class of 2020. Please join me in welcoming the class of 2020 salutatorian, Andrew Conrad.
I want to apologize for sounding like the Tin Man on my way up here. I hope everyone's having a great afternoon so far. I'll try to keep this as concise as possible so we can all go back home and continue with our normal lives. Just to preface, I want to thank everyone for showing up, as it means a lot to many people in this room, particularly because of the given circumstances. I know many of you are ready to walk into a building without it smelling like a pack of 5 gum. First of all, congratulations, class of 2020. You guys have made it through 12 3/4 years of school, which is probably a record class graduation time. Some might say we're making history, and while that sounds like a plus, I know there's a lot of negatives. Several of you, including myself, didn't get to enjoy everything you had planned for your senior year. I also missed out on quite a few things that I wanted to do in the last little bit before I graduate. E-learning was an interesting experiment that we had to put up with as well, and it's definitely made a lasting impact on everyone in this room, whether that be for better or for worse. For the small majority of you who still had to take AP exams, I know how disastrous that was, and you have my condolences. However, I don't think all this stuff is much to mourn over. We've dealt with difficulties in the past in our education, such as the ridiculous amount of standardized testing, but this is only a small hurdle next to the finish line. We even got to skip out on our final exams of our high school career. At the end of the day, we made it, and we made it just fine. Since we've been out of school for a few months, I know a lot of you have already placed high school in the past. Some of you aren't quite ready to move on, though. A lot of people and some will be adamant on going home without the worries of another year of education. Either way, I'm certain that everyone in this room will turn out just fine. A billion people on this earth, and most of them lives. While not everyone gets that chance, I know every person in this room is capable of forging a fantastic future. This is the last time you into this gym, and you will walk out a graduate. Everything going on in the world right now, this is celebration above all. As for the parents and teachers in the audience, without you, most of this class would have no. Thank you for making us into the young adults. Administrators, thank you for making sure this event. Graduates or other students in the audience, good luck wearing a mask all day at school and evacuating the building every time you hear a cough. Finally, thank you, class of 2020, for the memories, the friendship, and the experiences. I wish everyone good luck with their future endeavors.
The class of 2020 valid.
Good afternoon, friends, family, staff, school board, and graduates. I'm honored to speak on behalf of my class. I would like to thank our teachers and faculty for making this graduation possible. Prepared us for the world outside these doors, but have allowed this event to occur in the first place despite the unprecedented times we are currently facing. Gratitude to them enough. A speech to my sister Sarah and all essential workers who have been exposed to the coronavirus and cannot be here today. I would like to begin the address I have prepared. Congratulations, class of 2020. Graduate, and tomorrow, to the world and try to make our mark on it. SRHS has been this microscopic center of our world. In the same way that the earth revolves, not only is it, but it's been the focus of our world, foundation in which everything else follows. At the beginning of elementary school and every single day, we have allowed ourselves to be poor, content enough to continue on like this for the rest of our lives. And at this about anything else ever again. On that first day of kindergarten, do right now, scared but hopeful, uncertain of what's going to happen. We were young and gullible, places, blocks in art class, and fought for laughed at on the playground, and then swearing back to school ever again as a result of it. Life, in its infinitesimal entirety, was so. I remember us on that first. Lost and helpless on how to fare without, wondering how we could possibly survive the next their constant, incessant guidance. But we were so curious and in awe, wanting to know where we fit, space was. So we adapted. Seeing the beginning of our lives, we embraced it with open arms. And now we're considered adults. We're tall enough to reach the school ceilings. We know how to count past 10, how to do the order of operations, damaging as they can be sometimes. We finally found where we fit. We should wear in the mornings and how to get to our classes in our period, what teachers expect from us. Over the years, we've grown comfortable in ourselves. What once was a big, scary place is now a safe haven, a second home. Center of our world, even when we swore And now we're here. We've lined our entire beings toward these from this place. The only I know we've been preparing for this moment for our entire lives, being forced onto this tightrope. Or one way or the other. Doesn't mean the rest of our orbit journey is far from over. If we constantly revolved around the same, we wouldn't grow or thrive as people. Ended in space, never evolved. So yes, this cliff and onto the next part of our or to mourn and grieve about the seniors never got to spend. Remember that this isn't over for us. Really bad, it's just different. Congratulations, class of 20. Thank you.
At this time, we'd like to recognize 4 years. Students recognize as I call out your seniors with a core 40 diploma. Seniors with Thank you. Seniors with a core 40 with academic. Thank you. Seniors who have met the requirements for the governor's work. Thank you. Seniors who have earned the SC. I want to point this group here, they have graduated, and that's core. So these students at a public university, they basically out of state, so it kind of depends on a lot of these states that outside of Indiana will accept these credits. So we're very proud of this group, and I'm sure the parents are happy too, because it's going to save you some money, really, college costs. So let's give this group another round of applause. Good job on that. Thank you. Seniors who have been inducted into the National Honor Society. Thank you. Seniors who have enlisted for military service. While Aaron's standing here, I'd like to point to my right over here. If you'll notice, Mr. Moorhead's pointing, we have 2 caps with tassels and 2 diploma covers. We have 2 students that have already went through this ceremony because they are serving our country at this time. So those 2 students, Mulford and Austin Lee, and we want to recognize them. Aaron, thank you again for deciding to serve our country. Thanks a lot. You can sit down now. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to introduce the South Ripley Community Schools Corporation Superintendent, Mr. Rob Moorhead. Mr. Moorhead, I am pleased to report that the members of the class of 2020 have met all of the requirements set forth by the Indiana Department of Education and the Schools Board of Trustees, and I present them to you for authorization of this graduation.
Thank you, Mr. Ralston. Good afternoon, and congratulations to the members of the class of 2020. You know, they say good things come to those who wait. I know the great virus of 2020 has made you wait 57 days, but I know this commencement today is a very, very good thing. I've certainly heard of Christmas in July, but I got to admit, this is my first graduation in July. It's just another thing that makes this class unique and makes this graduation unlike any other in South Ripley history. I am so glad that we are here today. It took a lot of people with a lot of commitment to this celebration to make this happen. I thank Mr. Ralston, Mrs. Seabolt, Mrs. Strimple for joining me in the desire to do whatever it was going to take to provide a face-to-face graduation ceremony to allow each member of this graduating class to walk across this stage just like every other South Ripley graduate in school history. I thank our school board for supporting our vision of a face-to-face ceremony, and I thank Ripley County Health Officer Dr. David Welsh for approving our event plan for today and for his support of making this day possible. And I want to thank each of you graduates and your families for your patience and understanding as we had to limit today's attendance in order to be able to have our ceremony. I want to thank ETC Sports for providing the live stream of today's ceremony for those friends and family unable to be here in person. I would also like to thank the 4 sponsors listed on the back of your program for making today's live stream possible. 2020 has certainly shown us that in life, things will not always go as planned. A poem written by John Greenleaf Whittier provides us a great lesson to go along with what we have seen in this unprecedented year. It is entitled, "Don't Quit." When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh. When care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't. Every one of us sometimes learns, and many a failure comes about when he might have won had he stuck it out. Don't give up. Though the pace seems slow, you may succeed with another blow. This is failure turned inside out. the silver tint of the clouds of doubt. And you never can tell just how close you are. It may be near when so stick to the fight when you're hardest hit. It seems worst that you must not quit. Graduate showing resilience, completing your senior year via and making it here to commencement today. As you go throughout your life, please remember the lessons of 2020. No matter what life throws at you or what stumbling blocks you may encounter along the way, stay the course and don't quit. I'd like to ask every South Ripley graduate in the audience or seated up front here today to please stand. Class of 2020, as I congratulate you, I ask you to look around. And I'm proud to welcome you to the prestigious group of people known as South Ripley alumni. Thank you and congratulations. Mr. Ralston, you have verified that these students have met all the requirements for graduation set forth by the Indiana Department of Education and the South Ripley Board of School Trustees. By the Superintendent of South Ripley Schools, I hereby authorize this graduation of the class of 2020. Please proceed with the presentation of diplomas.
Emma Grace Wood. Andrew Julian Conrad. Abigail Grace McCarty. Lillian Jade Hilton. Daryl Lane Michael Cruiser. Megan Elizabeth Cutter. Dale Earnhardt Donnelly. Elizabeth Marie Adele Marie Nuxall. Jacob Ralston. Reuter. Riley Alexander Richards. Jasmine Nicole Alvarez. Adam Balmer. Ethan Scott Beavers. Austin Daniel Bruner. Trenton Michael David Burford. Colby Michael Book. Curtis Chapin. Haley Joe Eden. Amber Joe. Jacob Daniel Lane Gray. Aaron Jeffrey Grivey. Sarah Lance Guerra. Cheyenne Lovins. Taylor Elizabeth Marsh. Miranda Martini. Connor Frederick McCarty. Eric Myers. Trenton Alexander Osborne. Peyton Nicholas Owens. Kyle Bradley Pelfrey. Chase Purnell. Caitlin Marie Schwanholt. Gideon Bryce Vest. Eric Joseph Vickers. Evan William Vickers. Charles Nathan Woods. Ann Wooling. Taylor Nicole Bryson. Brianna Faith Burke. Catherine Mito Cook. Sierra Marie Copeland. Jacob Marvin Grossman. Madeline Elizabeth Hamrick. Gracie Ann Height. Andrea Shelley Myers. Brianna Renee Sides. Brooke Sides. Kennigan Lynn Huffman Snelling. Rachel Elizabeth Wood. Cale Douglas Beck. Trevor Lane Benning. Sage Ann Borders. Caleb Joseph Bradley. Jason Jeffrey Cornett. Dallas Philip Carpenter. Dakota Andrew Day. Alyssa Rose Dillon. Samuel Pierce Evans. Callista Trinity Lynn Franklin. Kimber Rayanne Freeman. Cheyenne Nicole Goddard. Haley Danae Humphreys. Jaden Cassidy Hunger. Layla Artunis Johnson. Peyton Emily Jones. Logan Thomas McGuire. Lindsay Nicole Meyer. Alexandria Elizabeth Miller. Shelby Lynn Orender Moore. Avery Michael Perkinson. Cameron Dean Pevlor. Caden Mark Powers. Quentin Thomas Sizemore. Danielle May Smith. Savannah Nicole Smith. Alexandra Marie Williams. Adrian Marie Wright. Join me as we welcome Senior Class President Abigail McCarty for the turning of the tassel. At this time, I'd like to welcome the fourth ranking student from the class of 2020, Lillian Hilton, to the stage.
When I was asked to write this speech, for the longest time I could not find the right words to say. The end of our senior year was completely taken away from us. We are extremely lucky to be sitting here with each other for the last time today. When I look back to March, right before the quarantine started, I find myself in some of the happiest moments of my life. And although we didn't get our last day of school, our senior spring breaks, or our senior prom, we did get to live through something that will be taught about in schools one day. Even though it was a tough time, our community came together to show their support for us. I mean, what other seniors got signs in their yards, adopted parents, and other gifts from around the community to show their support for the class of 2020. I have to say, being a senior during a pandemic definitely had its perks. I am incredibly grateful for our administrators, staff, and community members for always doing everything they can to support us students. I will always be thankful and proud to be part of the Raider family. With that being said, South Ripley has given us a good foundation, and it is now our turn to continue to build. I want us all to go on and live our lives fully each day and be the kind of people who make the future better. We are in control of our own destiny, and although we have had some setbacks, they have only made us stronger and more determined to succeed. Remember, class of 2020, you can do anything you put your mind to. Thanks and congratulations.
This concludes our graduation ceremony. Thank you for attending. Just like to remind everyone to please practice social distancing as you leave. You can leave up front here. You can also leave in the exits going both ways in the main gym hallway. Again, if we could practice social distancing as we leave, you can leave through the gym doors up here or out the hallway, both sides. Thank you. Anthony Tyler Mulford.